I want you to keep that enthusiasm going. This lady, oh, she's got a sore throat and she's drinking, water and hot tea. So give a real warm Adele's welcome for Miss Karen Kaye.
Thank you so very much. Yes, I am a little nervous because I woke up and I thought I was losing my voice, so let's see how this goes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. So I'm 45 and single for the first time in 10 years. Thank you. So the weird thing though is I keep attracting these young hot guys in their 20s and their 30s. And at first it was very confusing, and then I realized, oh my God, they probably think that as an older woman I have tricks in the bedroom, which is definitely true, right? I definitely have tricks. I can totally play dead. Thank you. I was out recently and I saw a guy who I was very intrigued by, so I went up and I said hello, and he stopped me right away and he said, look, I already have a girlfriend. And I said, that's okay. How would you like to upgrade? Now, this is funny because his girlfriend didn't think that was funny, at all. And I thought that was weird because wouldn't she want the best for him? That didn't seem like love to me. Dating for me is a little complicated because I am a tango dancer. And as you know, tango is a very passionate and very sexy dance, right? So I can't date a man who gets jealous easily. So the last guy I met, I warned him right away. I said, look, I spend most of my free time doing something very intimate and sensual in the arms of random young hot men. And he was totally cool with it. He said, that's okay. So do I. I'm not sure that one is going anywhere, but oh gosh. Okay, so would you guys agree the homeless problem here is just insane, right? Yeah, totally. There are so many people who are living on the street, working really hard just to barely survive. This might surprise you guys, but I can totally relate. I work from home too. Yeah. I guess there's not much compassion for dealing with excessive amounts of distraction, but that's okay, whatever. I do have a few other things in common with the homeless. I know you can't tell by looking at me, but I actually love camping. Now, this is the part of the show where I sound like a very cold-hearted bitch. So I was thinking though recently that the homeless problem, we could easily solve this, right? There are so many people in Orange County with wealth, power, and resources. We could easily set up a foundation, gather together all the homeless, and bust them out to Riverside. That would solve it. A friend of mine is actually doing this weird little volunteer project where she's training the homeless to run a 10K, and I was like, that is so ridiculous. The homeless do not need to run a 10K. They should start with a 5K. Think, people, think. So the truth is, the homeless actually are very near and dear to my heart. I've actually done a ton of volunteer work at Soup Kitchen. And I was actually one of their most regular and dedicated volunteers, and that is because I'm more than willing to do anything court ordered. Community service is so important when it's mandated. So stand-up, I love doing stand-up, but it's so weird, right? It's totally a one-way conversation. I stand up here, I talk about things that are fun and interesting for me, but I don't get to hear your thoughts. You guys don't get to contribute. And that actually makes me sad. I wish that happened every time I talk. Yeah. I performed at a senior citizen center recently where I got heckled for the first time ever and felt up, yeah, by a 90-year-old gentleman. He came up to me and he ran his hand straight up my leg under my dress. But it's okay, I didn't get mad. I totally understand. That was just muscle memory. Yeah. Can't get mad at that, right? So my career actually started with me working in human resources, which I love. Like, I loved helping people land new jobs. And I actually have an amazing method that guarantees that you will land a new job. Do you want to hear it? Here's what I do. I fire them. Every single person eventually landed a new job without me having to do like anything else. That's working smarter, not harder. Yeah. All right, so today I learned that no matter how much you want to play football with those other people on the beach, if they're 10-year-old boys and you're in a thong bikini, it gets weird fast. Like every time I go like, hi, like, anyway, we learned a lot about the illegal use of hands. So while I was in Laguna, I happened to be wearing this like tiny midriff-bearing top, right? Very cute. And this 4-year-old boy, he sees me, he stops and he stares. And then he points and he says, that top totally does not fit you. Now, I don't take a fashion critique from a 4-year-old wearing a Papa Smurf onesie, you little pissant. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's a decent percentage that, kid, you're gonna be wearing that exact same shirt as a gender fluid hipster in about 10 years at a pride parade. So you might want to reserve that judgment. I'm just saying. All right, Marie Kondo. Anyone here a fan of Marie Kondo? I know, right? Okay, you're gonna empathize with this one for sure. So Marie Kondo, she is the decluttering expert. Does this spark joy? Fold everything. She wants you to fold everything. Marie Kondo obviously has never owned a G-string. How do you fold that? You can't. But I have a lot of friends who are really into this, so I was like, you know what? I'll just, post something online and ask my friends for help. And then I was like, it would be so stupid to just like freely post pictures of my underwear on the internet. So I set up a pay-per-view site. I think I can retire on Tuesday. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have that like womanly figure. I'm a skinny girl. My girlfriend has a beautiful voluptuous figure, and she always refers to her boobies as her girls. I do not have girls. I have preemies. When I was little, I have strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes, right? But my parents and my brother, they all have dark hair and dark eyes. And when I was little, I started to wonder if I was adopted. And so I had suspicions. My parents are Samoan. So my father got very quiet and he said, yes, Karen, you were adopted. They brought you back. Give that one a moment. I'll wait. I don't know if you guys have the same problem that I do. Like when you go to visit friends, like sometimes you forget to bring a bottle of wine, right? Well, I have a solution now. I just bring in whatever I was drinking in the car on the way over. That works. So I'm going to close with a little confession. I actually got a ticket for tailgating recently. Now here's what was fascinating. The person, the officer who gave me the ticket was the exact same person who I was tailgating. Yeah, that actually happened. So I did learn that tailgating is something you only do to civilians, not law enforcement professionals. Like, lesson learned. So anyway, I see his lights go on and I was like, okay, Getty wants to like meet up. Now, the reason I didn't realize that I was tailgating him is because it was dinner time and I was enjoying a very lovely salad at the time. Yeah, welcome to Karen Kaye. This is me. So I learned awkwardly that there's no good place to like quickly and suddenly hide a big salad in your car. So, yeah, so we agreed to meet up in this like cute little parking lot, and I see this like super fierce, angry, like tiny 5 foot tall officer like stomp over to my car, and it was adorable. He did not even have to bend down to look in my window. So cute. So he says, I'm Officer Park with Irvine Police Department. And I was like, oh, I'm Karen Kaye from Laguna. Not your typical meet and greet. So he says, do you know why I pulled you over? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of awkward telling somebody that they were not, like to their face, that they were not going with the flow of traffic behind them, which is what matters. So I decided to be polite, and I said, I don't know, did you want some salad? Did you not get a lunch break today? I'm willing to share. Anyway, he finally calmed down, and we sat down and had a little chat. And we decided it might be fun for me to just, like, go check out traffic school, which I did. And I learned something fascinating at traffic school. Did you guys know that pedestrians always have the right of way? Yeah, okay, but only until the moment of impact. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm Karen Kaye. Thank you so very much for being here. Have a fantastic night and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, Karen, good job. All right, so she's